Welcome to 40 Below Zero, an international podcast about life with invisible illnesses, hosted by two guys living with multiple sclerosis. Coming to you from the Keystone State of Pennsylvania, I'm your co-host Nix, and with me on this ride is Terry, a Londoner who calls Ontario home. We're so happy you're here with us as we continue to try and normalize a life that is anything but. So let's get into it. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of 40 Below Zero. Glad you're here. Glad I'm here. Terry, glad you're there.
Thanks, bro. I'm glad I'm here too.
And one day we may be in the same place, but we'll see about that. We've been threatening it for a long time. I know I say it in a bunch of episodes, but so, the cap is on.
Yeah.
We're getting intense now. We're doing it.
Let's go.
So let's jump right into our guest today because he's a very special guest, very near and dear to you.
Definitely.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about him and bring him on in after you sip on your Timmies.
It's not Timmy's. Yes, it is actually. So, okay. All right. Thanks, man. So today we got a guy who's not just my co-facilitator in this men's group held by MS Canada, but this guy's become a brother to me, man. It's weird. You know, when we're there together in the support group, it's this vibe we have where I'm like, you're there. Okay, cool. I'm good to go. Let's go. You know what I mean?
I do.
So even though I've met him like less than a year ago, you know, but again, we have this bond because of MS, and he must get you're too young to have MS, or you look too good to have MS. You know what I mean? It's invisible to everybody. And we've done other stuff together. Like we've done the Hear It From the Experts that MS Canada puts together. Yeah. So we had a lot of fun doing that. And on top of all that, yesterday he just ran, I believe it was 32 kilometers. And I'm like, are you going to be good for today, man?
I don't know what a kilometer is, but that sounds pretty long.
It's more than 20 miles.
Okay.
Wait. One.
I graduated high school in the 1900s, sir. I don't know that math anymore.
So he's running on fumes for sure. And he might have a little bit of bird's face, he told me. So if he does, I need you to be like this to me. And I'm going to make him feel comfortable by marking my face with pink lipstick, which is very hard to get off.
I just think you should do that anyway. Regardless.
Bro, very hard to take off.
Gotta do it
to make sure.
You got to do it for the content, bro.
Yo, what's over there?
Gee whiz.
Oh, you can't even see it.
No, I can see it.
You can't see it.
I can.
Oh,
but
I thought that was hair.
That would take you an hour and a half to color your whole face in.
No, I'm not coloring my whole face in. Relax. I'm bringing him in right now.
Now this looks like your cat scratched you.
That's fine. Let's see if he notices it. And if this is worse, I'll make it worse. Yo, I was told this is going to take a long time to take off. I'm like, really? Lipstick? She's like, yeah, you need makeup, cleaner.
Beats me,
like,
man.
Okay, well.
Out of my depth.
All right. Let me let in Brent Mandel.
All right. What?
Yo, what's up, man? First of all, why don't you have that backdrop when we run our support group?
I'm at my parents right now, so this is different. Yeah.
It's a cool backdrop. Yo, before we start, I just want to introduce you to Nick. Nick, this is Brent Mandel. Dude, so glad you're here today, and I know you're running on fumes, even though you look great.
Brent, good to meet you, my friend.
Yeah, good to meet you too, man. Happy to be here.
So you actually did 32 kilometers yesterday?
Yeah, because you gotta, that's, because the Calgary Marathon is May 22nd, right? So, or May 24th, sorry. And, yeah, this was the last long run practice basically before the marathon. So the marathon's an extra 10 kilometers on top of that, right? 42 kilometers. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But I've ran 8 marathons, right? So I know I can do it, but I'm feeling it though as I get older here and with the MS and stuff, right? I'm definitely feeling it. Yeah. I'm slowing down.
And how old were you when you got MS? Just curious, because I know you ran your other marathon before you were 30. And that was before you got MS, so.
Yeah, I got MS in 2021. Oh, I'm 39 right now, so 34.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was about this time in 2021 I got MS. I felt something, and then in June I went for the spinal tap there, and that's that. Here we are.
How many times is someone going to say spinal tap until I tap out? Dude, how many times do I say I feel guilty? I never got it done.
Man, don't feel guilty. It's no fun. Yeah, like I still feel like the insertion point, whatever you want to call it. Like there's times where I'm just doing something and I'm like, there it is. Like I can still kind of feel like a phantom pain, right? But it's there. I can feel it. Yeah.
So before Doc Nick says anything, what are the chances that some doctor is going to say, You never done the spinal tap? No, we need to do the spinal tap to confirm that you have MS.
Highly unlikely at this point, Terry. That's
Say it all you want, bro.
that's
Spinal
a
tap.
I think
yeah,
you're in the clear.
yeah, that's another tool they use to say yes that you do in fact.
Okay.
It's not. It's just one of those things.
Cheers, bro.
So I wouldn't worry too much
Yeah.
about it. No one's gonna sneak up in the middle of the night and jab you in the back.
Hopefully not. Drain your spinal
Nice.
fluid. Yeah.
Or actually, no one's gonna come in and like test your credibility and be like, let's see if you really have it. You know what I mean? You've been faking the wheelchair the whole time, Terry. Feels
Pull
like
you out
that.
of bed there, try to get you to stand up properly. Come on, man, you can do it.
Don't give up. Hey, your face looks a little.
It's a little red. Yep.
Do you
And
not see the mark I put on before I started?
I saw that. Yeah, I was just like, what's happening with his like forehead there? Yeah. I was like, did you fall out of bed or something? Yeah.
No.
No,
I was
made
like,
some
I'll do that.
lipstick.
I said to Nick, I'll do this if his face is bad. I'll do this for support. And he's like,
Yeah.
do it anyway.
Let's do it
Bastard.
anyway.
Yeah, man. I didn't think it was like that warm, like sun, right? But yeah, man, I got toasted. I mean, I was out there for when it was all said and done, right? Like warm up everything. It was about 4 hours, right? Yeah, yeah. I probably should have put a hat on, and instead I went out like this, and like my shoulders and everything, right?
Yeah, you're toasted.
My chest and
Too bad.
everything. Yeah.
So how much of a physical impact does it have on you? I mean, like it's tough for anybody to run that far, but like your baseline versus your finish line. So how much of a difference do these things make to you?
Like today, like I feel pretty good today. I'm actually not that like physically tired today. Like there is a difference. Like my body does feel different, right? There is that. But since I got MS though, and I would say probably over the last 2 years here, I've definitely started to feel the after effects where I need to have a lot of nutrition after my runs, like a lot. Before, like let's say 5 years ago, right? I could just have like a Gatorade and, just eat kind of whatever through the day after a long run and I'd be good to go, right? But now everything is so like regimented after my runs. I got to make sure I have, X amount of Gatorade now, X amount of carbs, X amount of protein after, right? And that's over the last 2 years here, I've really, really felt that. And this was like a slow run yesterday, right? Because again, it's a practice run. So when I go do my marathon in like 3 weeks here, I'm gonna probably be out for like a good like 4 or 5 days, which is, common, right? For people who run marathons, right? But it's gonna be a different feeling. It's gonna be every day is gonna be like nutrition, 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 right? As opposed to kind of just resting. So it's going to be interesting because that's also the week of the walk, the MS walk that's coming up. So
Yeah.
it's the week after the MS walk, right? So I'll do the Calgary Marathon Monday, Tuesday. I'm going to be just yeah, trying to refuel as much as possible. I have a committee meeting on the Tuesday that I got to go to, and then prep for that on the Saturday. I got to go help set up and everything as well too. So yeah, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fueling. Yeah, yeah.
A lot of carbo loading.
Oh man, a lot of electrolytes, a lot of magnesium and potassium, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Would it
But
be
yeah, I've definitely had to up it a lot over the last 2 years here, which is it's been different feeling, especially with taking in all that nutrients. I feel kind of bloated, I guess you could say, because I'm
Yeah.
eating more as well too, right? I'm ingesting more liquid. After yesterday, I like, go to bed around like 11 o'clock my time here, and I was just like, man, like I feel like I've gained like 10 pounds after this run, right? And I hop on the scale, right? Just to check, right? And like, what's going on here? Let's see, right? Because you got to check to make sure you have ingested enough liquid and stuff that you lost and everything, right? So, because I lost about 4 pounds of liquid in my run on Sunday there, and that was with taking in liquid the whole time. Like, I drank about 3 liters of liquid, which might not have been enough, but well, yeah, it is what it
you know,
is. Yeah.
did you have to use the
Yeah.
washroom in the middle of this run? You know, everyone's going to know I'm going to ask this question.
I actually don't. When I go running, my
Yeah.
body is so good. I don't have to. But right
Okay.
before the run, though, yeah, I'll
Yeah.
go like 2, 3 times before. I was like driving to my spot, and I was just like, oh, there's all like the Gatorade hitting me now, right? So yeah, I'm like in the middle of like a field where I go running, right? So I'm like, I gotta go find like a bush or something, right? Because it's like, it's a public space. There's no washrooms
Yeah.
around really where I am either, and I'm like, I don't even know where to go. So it's Find a
Yeah.
bush, right? Yeah.
Would it be a tall order if I asked you to come on the day after your marathon, the big 40-kilometer marathon?
No, man. No, no. I was actually gonna like talk about that. I was like, what if we did that after too, right? It'd be
Yeah,
interesting to
right.
talk about it. So
Yeah, how it
yeah,
started versus how it's going.
Yo, see,
yeah,
let's see him at
yeah,
his worst.
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
how
It'll be interesting.
how impactful are your symptoms on a normal day without running? Is it do you what's your biggest do you have numbness, the eye problem, what are you dealing with?
Yeah, I got some eye issues going on right now. And then actually fatigue is something I do deal with, right? Which is why I do need to ingest more carbs and stuff, right? And again, that's something that's kind of happened over the last 2 years here. Yeah, like my daily day to day, I wake up, I just kind of sit in bed for about a couple minutes, right? Take some deep breaths. I have asthma as well too, so I got to work through that, right? Kind of clear those lungs out after a night's sleep, right? Mentally prepare for the day there because I have 3 dogs and also a 5-year-old daughter as well too. So I got to make sure I'm ready to deal with all of that, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's usually I get up, drink water, have some like Gatorade or some sort of electrolyte, lots of fruit in the morning as well too, to get that into my body. Maybe some granola or something as well too, right? Depending on how my running was the day before and stuff. But go have some coffee to help wake up the brain a little bit there, because I'll definitely have brain fog, right? Um, after like if you talk to me right after a run, I won't even remember it in my brain fog.
Yeah.
I'll go to like Walmart to go get groceries, and I'll have like a list in my mind before I go, and then I'll go do my run, and then I'll get to Walmart, and I'm just like, what? Where am I here? Right? Like I don't know what's happening, right? Yeah, yeah. And then
Yeah.
I'll pick up random things pretty much, and I'll come home and I'll be like, "Oh, I forgot to get like the chicken for dinner tonight, right?" Yeah. So that carries over to kind of the mornings then too, right? So yeah, it's just preparing myself mentally for the whole day again, right? Just grounding myself and making lists is a big thing for me. Helps me stay focused then on what needs to get done for the day, right? It's very important. That was something I kind of did even before having MS. I was always kind of, here's what needs to be done, right? Let's
Me
accomplish this.
too.
Yeah.
Me too. And then I
Yeah.
start to realize, did I have brain fog before? Like
Yeah.
everyone starts to do that. They start to go into that spiral.
Yeah.
I was a slow
Yeah.
runner. Was it because of MS? I was always a slow runner. And now I'm like, oh, maybe it's because of MS. My feet were like, whatever.
Yeah.
Your daughter's 5 years old now. So you had your daughter after you were diagnosed.
Uh, she was born in January of 2021, and then I got diagnosed in like May, June of 2021.
Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Were you
How
like,
many
holy
times?
hell?
How many times have you heard that though about like a baby coming into someone's life and then suddenly, somebody has MS in the family, right? Like I've heard that like in the men's group and stuff, right? Like people say that they're like, I had a
Yeah.
daughter or a son that year, right? And then now I got diagnosed with MS a couple months later, and I'm like, and I've heard that even like at the MS walk and the bike and stuff, talking to people, right? And they're like, yeah, it was the same year that my, child was born, and I'm like, wow, it must be just the stress of it maybe, right? And because it's a big thing, right? So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it was probably lying dormant, right? The MS, right?
Dude,
And then the stress of everything.
like
Yeah, just
I'm with you because I never believed that stress in the past. I was like, stress,
yeah,
whatever, anxiety, whatever. But then I went through my stress case and I'm like, oh,
yeah,
stress really debilitated me.
And
So,
even when you think, you got a handle on things, even though something new like that is presented, the operating system in the background just kicks into high, like, even though you know that you're okay and you're handling things and everything's fine, in the background, your brain is wired for threat management. So it's always like heightened. So yeah, I mean,
yeah,
it is a very common thing for that we hear a lot for people to say, oh, I have a young child. Even me, I had young kids. They were 9 and 10 when I was diagnosed. So crazy, crazy, crazy.
yep,
it's different, right? Because at 9, 10, did you started telling your kids, oh, daddy has multiple
Yeah, they
sclerosis?
were to the best that we could, to the best that they
Yeah.
could understand it. You gotta break it down a little bit, but now they my daughter used one of the images from one of my MRIs in a case study she was doing in college once. So, it's
That's
they get a handle
crazy.
on it eventually. Yeah. She used
That's
I
cool.
gave her they made a CD of, so I gave it
Yeah.
to her and she used a couple of slides to be like, and this is where the brain damage occurs.
Start calling her doctor.
Yeah, basically.
I know that Brent, the second he told me this, that when he got diagnosed, he went straight up to his daughter, who was like whatever, and he's like, "I have MS. Just so you know, it's gonna be." No, I'm just joking. All right.
Nah.
Look at Nick. Nick doesn't react because he knows
I don't
Terry's
even
bullshit.
I don't even think a 5-year-old would process if you did. They'd be like, "Okay, what's for dinner?" Where's
Yeah,
the
He
where
did
the
pretty
not
nug?
much.
told Nick already that you're my. I hate to say I'm your co-facilitator
You
for the support group.
co-facilitate together.
We
Yes.
co-facilitate
Yeah,
together.
yeah, together. We're a team, man.
We are definitely, and we did
Yeah.
hear from the experts with MS
Yes,
Canada.
yeah,
That was cool.
yeah.
That was fun. Even though I messed up a bit, but anyway, we won't talk about that.
Nah.
Did you say Happy MS Awareness Month to you guys? Because we're now in your
Yeah,
month. We just passed
yeah,
out
it
of
is.
mine, so
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I should find my red hat somewhere. I don't have a red hat
It's
to
okay.
put
There
up
you
for
go.
support, for solidarity.
There you go.
That's why my face is all red, right? It's yeah.
That's what it is. It's for awareness.
Yeah.
All right, all right. Another one for you.
Yeah.
Okay, listen. You were put in you had an interview for a magazine. Can you tell us about that? I
Yeah.
thought this guy's
Yeah.
putting lipstick on. See
I
that?
actually brought there's this right here.
Oh,
Yeah.
you got it. I was trying to find it, and okay,
Yeah. Yeah. So
I
yeah,
got
this
the
is the
article,
section
but
here. Yeah, the charity runners. And so yeah, there's actually a bunch of different articles in here about people who are running for charities or for just causes in general, right? So yeah, yeah. So that's me looking very not happy in
yeah,
that picture, but yeah.
Yeah, you look like you're in the middle of a run there.
Yes, yeah, yeah. People say that like my wife and stuff, right? They'll watch my marathons and they're like, "There's nothing about you that looks like you're enjoying that run." And I'm like, so even yesterday while running, I was kind of like, I could feel that I was like frowning at certain points, right? And it's just, I don't know, it's just my resting face when I run, right? Yeah. So
I totally agree. So once in my life I did a 5K and it was brutal because I'm not a runner.
yeah,
At the time I was like a 2-pack a day smoker and that didn't help.
yep, no,
And the picture, I have a similar picture. Someone took a picture of me halfway through, and it looks like the demon is coming out of me. I'm just so angry to be there.
yeah, that's just running. Like the Boston Marathon just happened a couple weeks ago, and the London Marathon, and like you're watching, and like nobody's smiling while they're running,
No,
really, right? Like you
no,
have your
yeah,
moments and stuff where like maybe you see something, right? Like in the
yeah,
Edmonton Marathon, I'll see somebody with like a funny sign, and I'll like laugh. I'll be like, oh, right, but otherwise, I'm just like, oh my God, it's just like let's just keep going here, right? So
yeah,
yeah, but yeah, that was interesting to do. Never thought I would ever get interviewed in a running magazine, let alone for something like MS related then, right? Like, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So someone from MS Canada, I was planning to do a run because there's the We Challenge, right? That MS Canada does, right?
yeah, yeah,
And so I was talking with them about setting up a run here in Edmonton around kind of like the September, October-ish time. And it fell through, unfortunately. It was just actually the overall cost of getting it up and running was quite a bit, and you have to front all that, right? So, and then the entry fees covers that, and whatever's left then would get donated to MS Canada, right?
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I unfortunately couldn't foot the bill at the moment. So they stayed in contact with me still though, and then they got a hold of me saying that somebody from Canada Running Magazine wants to interview somebody right, who's living with MS and also is a runner. Instantly, they messaged me, and there we go. I did the interview, and yeah, there I am, looking miserable inside a magazine, right? So
But I think for runners who read that magazine, they'll go, "Oh yeah, he's one of us. Look at that face."
yeah, yeah. There's another picture in there of a lady running, and she doesn't look like that happy either. So yeah,
when I walk, I don't look happy. Like my
yeah,
face, like the resting face, I get it. I've had people walk towards me and I see them and I'm just walking, going home, and I've seen them and they stop and they're like, "Terry, why so angry?" I'm like, "No, I'm listening to music. I'm on the zone." Like, so
yeah.
I get that all the time, man. So I always have to look at so whenever someone stares at me, I'm always like, so they don't think
Yeah,
I'm angry.
yeah. When I was working like in retail and stuff, that was a
Yeah.
thing I always had to work on, right? I was like, just gonna look happy to be here, right? Yeah. What brings you in today, right? As opposed to like, what brings you in today, right? Yeah.
Totally. There's so many
Now,
people like that.
But see, that skill set carries over to how we go through life, because sometimes we're like, I don't want to be here, but hey, how's it going? I'm here. Like, hey, I don't want to be at work today. Yay.
Yeah, it's hard, right? Sometimes you're not feeling it one way or another, and you just want to be slouchy or whatever you want to call it, right? And
That's
yeah,
a good,
but
that's good. Slouchy. I
yeah,
like that.
yeah,
Are you
yeah,
good with telling people how you're really feeling if you're having a crap day? Do you actually tell people,
yeah.
yeah, I'm not feeling well? Because it's hard for me to do that. I'm like, yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty transparent with that. I've been told sometimes that I'm like too transparent, right? So yeah, which is like
Wow.
hilarious,
Okay.
right? But some people just don't want to hear it either, though. They're like, I've got my own thing going on. I don't want to hear your thing. And I'm like, that's fine, right? I'll pull it back, right? Yeah,
Get it.
Then why did you ask?
yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, it's like the obligatory, like, you walk into wherever, right? Oh, how's it going? Well, let me tell you, right? And they're like, no, no,
Sit
I didn't
down.
actually care.
Yeah. I no
Yeah,
longer say, how are you doing to anyone with MS. I only say, I hope you're doing well today. Or what do I say? I hope you're as good as can be. Something like that, because how are you? How are you doing today? Yeah,
yep,
I'm fine. Yeah. No one
yep,
really.
Shit,
yeah,
So,
Harry, you and I do that to each other on this
yeah, bro, but
show.
we
How are
talk all
you?
the
I'm
time,
good.
man.
How are you? I'm
We
good.
talk.
I'm not
That's
good.
why.
You're not. Listen, I know you're not good. That's why sometimes I say, I know you're lying, Terry. Like, dude, last night we literally talked about this.
Yes.
yeah,
But you don't know what else to do. It's this awkward
Yo, man.
exchange that, you got to get through in like 5 seconds. How are you? I'm here.
yep. Especially once you like get to know
Weird, eh?
people,
Yeah.
right? Like when I see my best friends and stuff, we don't even say anything anymore. We just like, fist bump or, high five or something. We're like, that's good. That's all I need to know, right? Yeah.
I'm your best friend. Your nutrition stuff. It's a full-time job, especially for you, because you got to make sure your protein and da 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 da.
It's so planned out that a lot of it is just making sure I have everything prepped kind of like the day before type thing, right? I do a lot of like meal prepping, right? So when I come back from like a big run like yesterday there, I can just pop open the container and it's good to go. And I know how many carbs, proteins, everything is in there, right? And then I also have, you can buy pre-mixed protein drinks nowadays, right? Or I mean,
Yeah.
it's not that hard to pour the powder in and right. But when you're really
Whatever,
tired after
bro.
a run,
Whatever,
it
bro.
feels hard, right? Yeah. Man,
Everything is hard.
I was gonna have tuna yesterday, and I actually got my wife to open up the tin. I was just like, I don't want to like twist it. I just don't
Yeah.
want to, right? Like that seemed like the hardest thing in the world, right? So yeah, yeah. So she helps out when I need her to, right? So, but otherwise, yeah. I prep everything ahead. I have so much like liquid to help with that,
Yeah.
right? The supplemental stuff. Yeah. Yeah, that does help a lot. That's what I mean when I was saying like I felt so bloated yesterday 'cause I had so much liquid, man. It was great. And so much rice, like, the carbs from it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of rice and chicken. That's like I eat a lot of rice and chicken, like every day. Every day. Yeah. I love spicy food. Like I have a very, very high spice tolerance as well too. So the meals are always for me. So that's why it's like it's always me doing the
Yeah,
cooking for
yeah,
myself, right? Because I'm throwing in all kinds of chili peppers and whatnot, right? And my
yeah.
wife and obviously my daughter, right? She's 5. She can't handle that type of spice. So
You'll get used to it.
yeah.
No Carolina Reaper
Yeah.
for her.
No,
Eat it.
no, none of that. Yeah. I use a lot of like ghost pepper. Like I love
Yeah.
ghost pepper, right? So it is, for someone who's not used to spice, that's a lot of spice, right? Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, using black pepper can be a lot of spice for somebody even, right? So yeah. Yeah, it's different for everybody. Yeah.
I love spice too, but I don't like spice to like ruin my food. I like
Yeah.
spice and
Yeah.
I'd like to like taste my food too and not.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I try to do with it, right? I don't want to just have a taste like whatever the spice is, right? That's not good, right? So it's actually funny. I went to a restaurant here in Edmonton and it's owned by a Korean family. And so it's mainly a breakfast place, right? But they also make bulgogi, right? So like the rice and the beef and the cabbage, right?
Do you
Love
know
it.
what bulgogi
Delicious.
is, Nick?
Oh yeah.
Okay, okay. I forget. Sorry. You know everything.
I don't know everything.
I'm kidding.
So I order it, right? And it's my first time being there too. And so the owner is taking my order there, right? And he's like, well, how spicy do you want it, right? And so he's listing it. And I was like, make it very spicy. And then he's like, no, 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 no. He's like, And he explained though, he's like, if we make it extra spicy for you, even if you can handle it, it's gonna take away from the flavor though, right? And I'm like, well, why'd you offer it? Then just
Right,
give
right.
me,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. That's what I said. I was like, well, why'd you offer it to me then, right? He's like, it's just out of habit, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I want to shame you. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. That's how it felt at first, and he was just like, "Nah, man, not for you, right?" Yeah, and then he explained it though, and he's like, "Oh, well, it's because it's gonna take away from the taste of it, and I don't want to ruin your meal, right?" So, and I'm like, "I get it, I respect that, right? So let's just go with
Yeah.
like the medium then, right? Which is, I guess, your spicy level then, right?" So yeah, it was fantastic. It was so good, and this restaurant is right over. I go like running kind of in two different spots in Edmonton a lot. And I just discovered this place is like down the street from where I go running at one of my spots. So I'm like, I can go get bulgogi after every run now when I go there. I'm like, that is fantastic. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep.
That's what I used to always get when I used to go to this Korean place. I used to always get bulgogi, and I love the beef. It's like so thin and
Yeah. 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 Anything like give me some sort of like rice bowl type thing. I'm all over it, man. Love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah. Tokyo Express, they're like chicken teriyaki rice bowl. Yep. Yeah. That was like when I was working and I would go out for lunch, right? That was like the go-to staple
yeah,
always,
we don't
right?
have that
So
here in case you think I know what that is.
yeah, it's just like Japanese franchise type thing, right? Like fast food
Yeah.
Japanese, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
There's one place called Made in Teriyaki or Made in Japan. I don't know if you heard of that.
Okay.
That was it's the same thing. It's the same thing. And then
Yeah,
they like,
same
you want
thing.
teriyaki sauce? And I'm like, yeah, back in the day, I'd be like, yeah, yeah. They'd put one spoon. I'm like, no, 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 no.
Yeah.
Put like 4 or 5. Come on.
Make it like a
Not
soup, okay?
not
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
So you said was working when you were working. Are you not working now?
I'm not working right now. No. No.
Is that MS related?
Uh yeah, for the most part it is. Yeah. Um it's also one of those I shouldn't say I'm not working. It's just I'm not working in the traditional sense. I did own my own dog collar business where I was hand making collars. I'm in the process. I actually shut it down about 2 years ago. I just didn't like the way it was going. I needed to reboot it basically. So it's taken 2 years and I'm finally yeah, but I'm finally going to be rebranding it. I finally got my workspace up and running actually as of last night. So I'm going to be rebranding it. I've got some posters coming and all that sort of stuff. So I'm launching that again, and
Cool.
that'll kind of take up my weekends as well too now, right? Because you got to go to the maker
Yep.
shows and the
Yep.
right.
Yeah.
So
Just that
that's
one
what I was doing.
Saturday.
Yeah, yeah. It's a lot. Like those take up a lot of time, right? And it's kind of, do I go running or do I go do that at the same time, right? So I kind of stepped away from doing that a bit too. But the main reason why I stayed home too was, like when I got diagnosed with MS, I was working. I had a really good job at that time. I was working for a steel company, and it was paying very well, but I stepped away from that. I just mentally was just gone. I couldn't focus, right? It was too much on my mind, right? So yeah, I got another job a couple months after that then in retail, working as like a store manager for a store where you make handmade goods. So it kind of
Okay.
fits. Yeah, and I actually sold my dog collars there and everything, right?
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, yeah, that was good. But they ended up shutting down. It was at West Edmonton Mall, and rent there is absolutely insane, and they just couldn't sustain it, right? Which is, yeah, it's
Yeah.
hard,
Yeah,
right?
because
You
I
it's
know,
get it.
because it's not just rent, it's other
Yeah,
things. I
yeah,
believe I don't know what they call it up there, but down here it was triple net is what they called it. It's just when you or the common area maintenance fee or something. There's always other stuff you got to
yes,
pay.
exactly. Yeah, and they take like X amount of percentage from your, total sales, all that stuff, right? It's insane, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's been good though, because I've been home with my daughter. She hasn't had to go to daycare and stuff, right? Which has been nice because she hasn't been getting sick from daycares. So
yeah,
yeah, she
good.
starts school, kindergarten in September,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Which worries me from a health standpoint. I'm like, oh no. But
Yeah.
yeah, because if somebody like sneezes around me, I'm like, well, I'm getting sick, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I went to a movie like 2 weeks ago, and the person behind me was just like coughing like crazy, and I'm just like, oh no. I'm like a month and a half away from my marathon. Like, please no, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and I think also like post COVID, we're all a little gun shy about someone coughing. Someone coughs in a
My
room, we're
God.
like, gotta go.
yeah.
All. Yep.
100%. Yeah. With my like asthma and everything, right? It makes me cough. I remember during like COVID times there when we hit the point where it's like you don't have to mask up anymore. I'd be at a mall or something and I could feel kind of something going on in my chest. I was like, I gotta go to my car and cough. So
Yeah, yeah,
You didn't
yeah,
want to be
there I
that
am,
guy.
like,
I remember that.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
running through like the mall trying to get out of there, right? And I'm like, I gotta go cough, right? Yeah.
I
So
still cough in my elbow. Not to try to
yeah,
be safe or it's just weird how it just
yeah, you
becomes.
got yeah, always,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's weird. And
always,
someone
always,
someone
yeah.
said to me, someone called me out because they're like, "You're not even next to me," and I'm like, "It's just the way I cough now. It's not like
Yeah, it's like
it's
it's
just the
good to be
routine."
cautious still, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
You,
there's so many people I see. And the other day at McDonald's, there was a family there, and their kids were just like unleashing like anything in their mouth, man.
Ugh.
Yeah,
no, you know you were
yeah.
eating a Big Mac. Okay, anyway.
Oh man, hey, hey,
Yeah, I'm
can't
just
knock
joking,
the
bro.
Big Mac, man. Every once in a while, I had the chicken Big Mac the other day. That was
Oh, I never
okay.
had that.
Yeah, yeah, it's like some promotion thing they got instead of the beef
I heard
patties,
about it.
right? It's
They don't have it in the
No,
States.
they
They have
have it.
like,
They have they have all the stuff. You can order the land, sea, and air. You can do that one. Are you familiar with that?
no,
So if you order, it's not on the menu. If you order land, sea, and air, you get a burger, you get the fillet of fish, and you get the chicken patty all in one bun.
oh
wow,
wow,
Yeah. So you want to talk about protein loading for your for your marathon?
that's crazy.
that'd be a lot. Yeah, that'd be a
That's
lot. Yeah,
crazy.
Beef, chicken.
yeah.
I can't even tell you the last time I was in one of those buildings, Terry. McDonald's has been off my radar for a long time.
Oh, only drive through? Is that what you meant?
No, 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 I don't even. Yeah, good catch, but no, I don't even do that. I'd rather stay hungry.
Yeah, that's about the only like I'll have pizza and McDonald's. Those are kind of it's yeah, those are the two. Pizza, man.
That's the
Yeah.
reward after you finish the marathon. You go and get a big pie.
Oh man, yeah. Sushi. Yeah, lots of sushi after.
Love
Yeah, that's
sushi.
the big one. Yeah. I can eat like a ton of sushi. I've polished off like well over 100 pieces of like sushi in some sittings and stuff, right? If you
Phew.
go to the all you can eat, it's just my friends like if you see me in person, I'm kind of like a smaller guy. I'm like 5'5", 130 pounds, right? So I'm a smaller guy, but then
Yeah,
I just polish, like I could just put away food, right? So
yeah.
yeah, yeah, like you put hot dogs in front of me, give me like 12 of them, right? So yeah,
I didn't know you were 5'5". You just seem like a taller guy. Not that that's short. It's just in the
yeah,
picture too. I'm like, oh, look at that guy, you know.
yeah.
And you're a runner,
No,
so you can
I'm
eat as much as you want. That's fine. Me being in a chair, I get worried about eating too much because
yeah,
you're in a chair. I'm not moving as much as.
yeah,
But people tell me
definitely.
you still have to eat all the protein. Don't forget your protein. And I'm like, even if I'm in a chair, continue to eat the protein.
Yeah,
So I am. I'm
yeah,
Funny you bring that up, Terry. When I got fitted for my chair, they were like, "Oh, we got to give you a couple. It's not supposed to be tight against your hips because you're gonna get
oh
bigger.
my
You're gonna get heavier," is what they told me, and I was like, "I'm gonna what?" And they're like, "Yeah, you're just gonna get heavier from sitting down more in your life." So far, knock on wood
not true.
over here. Yeah, I don't think that's a true statement at all. I think if you consume to the level that you were before, then yeah, probably. But I don't know. I've stayed the same weight for the last 10 years ish, within a range. So
yep,
I was 240 pounds before my MS. And then when I got diagnosed, I was like, okay, whatever. And I started becoming health conscious, but not enough to justify how I lost all that weight. And I did it properly. I didn't like do it in 1 month. It took like a year and a half. And before you know it, people were like, oh my God, you look like they didn't recognize me. And then I realized, oh, my weight's just shed it off. But it was because of the health conscious eating. Maybe I didn't eat red meat as much. I don't know if it was from MS medication that could make me
right.
lose weight. I'm
Yeah,
just
I
saying,
mean,
could have been anything, right?
I went
yeah.
from after my diagnosis, I went from 250 to 180. So
Yo, we
about the
have
same.
a same story, man. That's
Yeah.
funny.
Wow.
But mine was mostly from no longer exercising 4 days a week and no longer consuming whey protein like it was my job because it was my job.
No
So
longer
like,
chasing those criminals.
right. I didn't have to be as physically ready to do battle every day. So my body kind of just relaxed.
Can I ask you a question, Nick? If you were
Sure.
chasing someone, did you ever get tired and you're like, fuck, I can't do this anymore? Or because I see these like YouTube channels and I'm like, these guys have stamina.
Well, I will tell you that a lot of the people that I worked with could run that way. they were like distance runners. It was crazy. They were so much faster than me. But I was not that healthy. So no, I couldn't run very far. Honestly, I want to say the best part of that was when somebody ran, you just get on the radio and they can't outrun the radio. So
Brent, did you know that he was a police officer? Maybe we should have
No,
mentioned that
I
to him
didn't know.
before. He's like, what is he running for? So
but yeah, I would run as fast as I can, and I certainly wouldn't give up, but I would definitely call somebody who was faster than me. Especially if they were in a car.
I got a leg cramp.
Well, that's the thing. So it's funny you mentioned that, Terry. I remember very specifically, I was on a traffic stop and my legs would not stop bouncing. And I'm like, I'm not nervous. I don't know why this is happening.
Yeah.
So I was like, I filed that away and I ignored that. So I was like, okay, I hope that doesn't happen again. But I will tell you that before I was diagnosed, I was working out with one of my training partners. And halfway through the run, I looked at him and, we were probably a 7 or an 8 on the treadmill. So we're running pretty good, which was pretty much my upper limit. And I said, dude, below my legs below the knee get numb like you wouldn't believe. Like I can't even feel my feet anymore. And I was like, is that normal when we're running? And he's like, no, I have no idea what you're talking about, dude. I was like, okay, I guess it's just me then.
Yo, when your leg did that whole, is it colonus?
Yeah, it was
Is that
bouncing.
what it's called? That's what I heard. I think that's what it's called. I don't know. When mine happens, it only happened after the MS diagnosis. So when it happens, it's funny because I'm like, I look at it and it just keeps going. And if someone's there, yeah. And it doesn't hurt or anything. It just keeps going. Weird.
You just can't
right?
stop it.
And then sometimes I put my hand on it to like let it settle.
I do
if
that
that
too.
happened before my MS, I think it would have been a different shock factor for me.
Well, I'll tell you, in the moment, it was pretty scary because I'm like, if this turns out, like if this goes any direction that I'm not ready for, I don't know if I'm going to be able to handle it. Like I was very in the moment worried that like, oh crap, I'm out of control now, but I can't show it or I can't tell. So I don't remember exactly. It's been so long, but I'm pretty sure I just wrapped it up real quick and whatever. I didn't really take like as much because, once you learn how to articulate your way to the next step of the investigation, you can, it's just the manner in which you have a conversation leads to you being able to do certain things as an officer. And they teach you how to do that. But I just remember I shut it down and was like, okay, go about your business or whatever. And I remember sitting in the car being like, holy crap, like that could have gone real bad because if the person was truly a bad person and they were out to do harm and they noticed a weakness, that's something that can be taken advantage of. And that's how you got to, process all these interactions. So I was like, shit, I don't know what that is, but I can't have that happen. So, and then it wasn't too much longer than when I was diagnosed. So now it does it all the time. So I'm like, okay, there it is. But yeah, it was scary in the moment. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I do get that. When I'm like thinking, like when I'm really focused on something, my leg will just go absolutely crazy then, right? And then yeah, especially after running, I get it after running. That's where I gotta take like a lot of magnesium and stuff to try to keep my muscles from twitching a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a high level of self-care that occurs post-run that I don't think a lot of people who don't run don't think about. Now, do you think that being attentive to your nutrition for running, if you were to stop, would impact your MS the arc of the disease? Do you think that one correlates to the other?
I think so. Yeah. I definitely think that between my running and the way that I kind of treat my body, like post-run and pre-run and everything, it's definitely keeping my MS at bay, so to say. It's like whenever I go to my neurologist or talk to anybody in the MS field, right, they're always just like, just keep doing what you're doing. Like you're at a good baseline right now. And yeah, so I really do think that if I was to stop and just, I don't know, just
Not be
do
as
whatever I
aware.
wanted to do. Yeah, not be aware of it, right? Yeah, 100%. I think that my MS would get worse. Yeah,
Okay.
100%. Yeah.
Regardless, you're going to beat yourself up, whatever. Like if it does go down and you stop working out, you're going to blame that right away and it's going to eat at you later. So
yeah, I know. Like mentally now that
yeah.
if I stop running and yeah, if something happens MS wise, I'm gonna be like, it's because I stopped running, right? Even though
For
it,
sure.
it might not be, right?
Right.
We have no clue, right? Like
Yeah.
I could wake up tomorrow and something might have happened, right?
You
So
get hit by a
I mean,
car,
Well, hopefully not.
No, no.
Yeah, I have so many close. Actually, yesterday I almost got hit twice by cars, man.
Oh, man, I'm
And
not.
it's always at controlled crosswalks too. Like there's like the lights are flashing for me to cross, and I'm like, all right, time to go. And a car's like, let's go, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's terrifying. Yeah,
I get that all the time because when I'm crossing and they want to make a right hand, you know what I'm talking about?
yeah,
They're making a right hand. They're looking to their
yeah,
left to see if
yeah,
cars are coming. And then I see them.
yeah,
I'm not even moving yet. I'm like, I'm not moving because I see, and they're creeping up. I'm like, and I'm just like waiting. I'm like, if I was right there, they would have smacked into me. And then as they're going, they look at me and I'm like, and then they just drive by fast. Like, it just really irritates the shit out of me, man.
yep,
So,
yeah, yeah. I get it. Yeah, that right hand turn is it's dangerous, man. I'll usually stop and like I got to make eye contact with the people always, right, to make sure, right, because I've had way too many close calls at,
do you
and
jog
it's
in
always
place?
at controlled intersections. Like if I just run
Yeah.
across a road, I feel safer. Like as ridiculous as that sounds, but yeah, yeah. So
Do you run in
yeah,
place at a red light?
no, no,
You know what I'm talking about? You don't like,
Yeah.
yeah, I know, yeah.
okay.
That's that's my chance to, if my calf maybe is feeling kind of crampy, right? I'll take that 30 seconds to kind of stretch it out or whatever, right? Or take like a mental check, right? How's my body
Yeah.
feeling, right? Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
You want to conserve as much energy as possible. So running on the spot doesn't do anything, right? You're not going
Really?
anywhere. So
Yeah.
I guess they're just keeping their heart rate up, right? That's what it is, probably. I
Yeah.
don't know.
yeah, yeah, I guess. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think of it as like a pit stop in like Formula One, right? And like, let's give my engine a quick little break here, right? Before I go again. So, yeah.
Yeah. Do you like biking? Like just running? You don't bike?
No, no, I don't bike at all.
Okay.
I've never really been a biker. Yeah. I'm always like I'll see bikers. Like there was a biker yesterday who was the wind and everything, right? And they were just cruising and I'm like, well, that looks so nice and relaxing, right? Well, I was like getting like tossed
Let's not say
around,
that.
right?
Bikers are gonna really hate me for saying that. Like it's
Yeah.
easier than running. I'm like, no, never mind.
No, I think we had a guest on who can to say no, that it's
Jonathan,
not
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
easier.
Like
Yeah.
I did used to bike, but I just always have liked the control of my body, so to say, right? I don't want to add another instrument to my workout, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, but I can definitely like I love watching like the Tour de France and stuff, right? Like anything endurance sports, I absolutely love and have lots of respect for what they do because every sport has its own challenges, right? So yeah, like watching triathletes and stuff is just absolutely they do the swimming, the biking, and the run, right? It's just in Edmonton here, we get
Yeah.
the triathlete like World Series or I don't know what they call it, right? I can't remember. So you'll get like some of the top triathletes in the world come here to compete. It's absolutely insane seeing them pull off. They just did their swim, they go do their bike, and then they go run, and they're doing like 5K in like 15 minutes,
Yeah.
right? Like I'm like,
It's wild.
wow. Wow, wow,
I
wow. And up a hill too. Like it goes, usually the path is up a hill and they come back down, do a loop, back up the hill. And they do that like 3 times. And I'm like, and they just biked that earlier too. So yeah, yeah, those, man, a lot of effort. It's a lot. Like I see it in the runs and stuff like that. Like yesterday, there was actually a half marathon going on, and I actually ended up running into it. I didn't realize that's where it was, like where I went, right? And you could just see the people. Like I could see them, right? Because I knew it was kind of happening, but it got canceled, so I didn't know for sure. But I knew it was supposed to start at 10 a.m. potentially. And so I looked at my watch and I was like, oh yeah, we're about 2 hours into that run. And you could see the people, they were, the slower runners at that point, right? Kind of trailing behind. And there was some guy who was just like swearing at himself, right? And yeah, it just the endurance side of it, right? It's just trying to. He's like, I have like 1 effing kilometer to go. Like, come on, man, right? And but there was somebody else who was just kind of lagging behind there too. And he's like, come on, brother, like let's do this together, right? Let's finish together. And you could just see it kind of picked him up. And yeah, yeah. So everybody's got their challenges when it comes to that stuff. Like you can run a half marathon, which is 21 kilometers, right? And that might be the furthest you ever run in your life. And then I see people who run 5 kilometers, and to them, that's the same difference as running like a marathon, right? Like it's just
yeah.
as much effort, right? So, yeah.
33 minutes, 33 seconds for a 5K. One and done in my
Nice.
life. Never.
Yeah.
That was brutal for me. I'm in the middle of it, like just coming up on mile 2 or kilometer 2.
Yep.
And I'm like, why do people do this on purpose? This is
Yep.
not backstory. I was a last minute add to a team.
Okay.
And they were like, dude, can you just, and I said, listen, I will start and I will finish, but ranking, not going to happen. I'm just going to go. So
Yeah.
it was like a quick jog for about 5 kilometers. And I ended up placing in the middle, 25 out of 50. So
Yeah. That's
Yo,
pretty
that's
good still, man.
great.
that's me.
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm so glad I'm in a wheelchair.
Why? They have races for you too, brother.
Yeah, but the Boston Marathon starts with a wheelchair race.
Yes, it
Yep.
does.
Yeah. It's pretty cool to watch that.
One thing
Before.
I didn't hear, any DMTs as part of your regiment? Any?
Yeah.
No DMTs.
Okay.
Nope. No. So a lot of vitamins, right? Yeah.
I got you.
He's
Yeah.
not against DMTs.
No, I'm
because I've
not
heard him
saying-
talk in
I'm
support
not.
groups.
No.
I
He's
just,
everyone.
I just like to get the full picture. So like it's a heavy nutrition. It's, and I wanted to see if there was some other component to it. Terry's playing
Yeah.
with a scar over his left eye now.
Yeah.
No, I just saw it. I'm like, oh, I did put a mark on my face. Everyone's traveling. Do you travel? Have you ever gone to Toronto? And if you do, you're going to visit me one day, right? Before I get to meet Nick. I'm going to meet
Yeah.
everybody before Nick.
True.
I have
I'm
have been
joking.
out to Ontario. I have family who lives out there, but I've been out there for work and so forth. I've been actually almost everywhere in Canada except for Manitoba. That's the one place I haven't been actually. Otherwise, I've been everywhere though. I've never been outside of North America though. It's just Canada. Been down to the US
Whatever.
a couple times, right? Yep. Yeah.
And you survived.
I survived. Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? Most of that was Vegas, so that is actually like
Okay.
a thing that I survived.
Yeah. That is a
When I was
survival
younger,
place.
I went up there with I used to play for a co-ed hockey team, and there was a hockey tournament down there, and yeah, those good times. Nothing like not going to bed and just drinking all day, and then it's like you got to go play goalie in like about 2 hours, and you're like,
Yeah.
I haven't slept yet, and I'm still like intoxicated. Yeah, let's go. I've never sweat
know-
so much in my life as I did that hockey game. That was
No doubt.
yeah, yeah. I think you'd get drunk if you even just smelt me at that point. So yeah.
So I want to talk about what you would say to someone who's listening who is hesitant about getting involved with a men's group as one of the facilitators. So what would you say to them?
Yeah, I would say just come and listen. That's it, right? We don't ask for anybody to participate in any way whatsoever. You don't have to turn your camera on. You don't have to talk, nothing. Just come and listen. One of the things I do with MS Canada is peer support, and I always try to get the other peer that I'm supporting to come and just listen, right? Because a lot of the times they want that peer support because they need help living with MS, right? And so I always try to encourage them, like, just come listen. You have nothing to lose, and you never know what you're going to gain from it, right? Because, like, last meeting we had, there was 13 people on it. The call before we had 19 people, and each person is going to discuss something different, and you never know what you might hear from them. And then maybe a month or two down the road, you're like, okay, it's time for me to share my story or whatever that looks like, right? So yeah,
Exactly.
you got nothing to lose, and I feel like everything to gain just by coming and listening, right? Yeah.
And in Canada, where do they find these support groups? Where can they find the?
So you can go on to the MS Canada website. You can actually look up, like, if you type in MS Canada Men's Group, you will actually be able to find it on there. The link will be on there. And then there is also there's so many different groups within Canada. There's a group that is in Saskatchewan that deals with actually just working out, right? So doing like chair exercises and stuff, right? So there's groups for, Northwest Territories even, right? It's everywhere. You can find a group for every
Many.
territory you're in. Like in Edmonton here, we have two in-person ones. We have one specifically right in Edmonton, and then there's also one in the Sherwood Park area as well too, which I actually facilitate that one in Sherwood Park as well too. So yeah, just head on to the MS Canada website. And if you can't find it, there is the MS Navigators as well too. if you just talk to the navigators, they will point you in the right direction. They're always happy to help, and they'll message like something for the Sure Park group. They'll message me, right? And they'll be like, person XYZ wants to join. Can you add them to the mailing list? And then when it comes time for that group, I send it out. And if they show up, they show up. If they don't, they don't, right? And yeah, that's it. It's all I ask though is like, yeah, just look it up and you never know, right?
And I will point out that's what Terry says too. No stress, no, relax.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
same for the states. If you head to the national, if you Google MS, national MS website, same exact setup. We have navigators, we have in person. You can search support groups near me, and I did that, to highlight in case you don't know how to type on your computer. It's been a day already.
And I just need everyone to know that he thinks the same as me, which is I love. We're on the same vibe. But we don't care how many you join. You join the ones that work for you. And if you're in British Columbia and you want to join the one in Ontario, feel free to join the one in Ontario. It doesn't mean that you have to stick to your own region.
That's how Terry and I connected. I connected on his support group. So I was the interloper back in the day.
That was only for Ontario.
That was
but
back
I brought
in the
you
day.
in because you're brothers. Yeah. That was, man.
It's like
5 years ago, man.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Yeah.
So it's that easy. One of the things that I do is I ask, as Terry's marking up his face again, is oh my goodness.
I did this for him, bro. Yo,
support.
You remember that I did this for you. Not you.
So I ask all of our guests, what is the message you want to send out to the MS community about having MS, being diagnosed, something like that? Something you wish you knew when you were diagnosed.
Biggest thing is that you're not alone. There is a community out there and you don't have to do this alone. It's a lot of mental burden on you, especially at the start of it. And there's people who are there to help. And that's where going on to the MS Canada website or wherever it is you're located and just talking to a navigator and finding something that works for you. It wasn't until I became a committee member on the MS Walk that I suddenly discovered it. I'm like, there's more to this than just me by myself, right? You hear other people's stories and you take what you can from all those different stories. I've heard some very sad stories. I've heard some very uplifting stories. I've heard some very funny stories, and you take it all. And MS is a very challenging disease. It will challenge you in every single way. It'll change your life in so many different ways. And you don't have to do it alone. There's so many people out there that want to help, right? So yeah, you're not alone in this.
Well, it was super cool to meet you. Thanks for hanging out. I'm glad I did. I'm glad you're doing what you're doing. Keep it up. Good luck on your run. I definitely want to hear about it, how it goes.
Yeah.
So we'll have you back on to tell us how it went. All right, brother. We'll talk soon.
Right on, guys. I appreciate it.
Awesome.
What a great show, dude. What energy that guy has. I wish him all the luck in the world on running that marathon because, respect, right?
Yeah. Oh, my God. For sure.
Not easy.
Yeah.
So anyway, good chatting again. What great energy.
Always.
Oh, my goodness.
Sure. I'll talk to you soon, bro.
Talk soon, bro. Thanks, everybody.
Later.
See you next time.
So check us out at 40belowzero.com. That's 4, the letter T, below0.com. Our email address is info@40belowzero.com. And if you don't want to email us, no problem. We're on Instagram as @40belowzero. Awesome. Looking forward to hearing from you, and we'll talk soon.